Hey everyone, Sojin here. I'm here with something a bit different since my Game Boy Advance mod that I did before. Link will be in the description below to check out that video. We're doing something similar with the Game Boy Color. I purchased this Game Boy Color from someone locally on this app called Let Go, and I purchased it from the guy for about 30 bucks. He also threw in a Japanese Pokemon Red game that I gave away to a friend of mine. For this video, I'll be using Pokemon Crystal to test it. Let's actually go ahead and show you that it works. This, of course, is the screen that we all grew up with. Volume should be on all the way. Very dim. And unless you have a warm light of some sort, you're not really going to see the screen that well. So that's why I ended up purchasing this right here. And I didn't mean to slam that down. So I ordered two things here on AliExpress. I'll do my best to leave links in the description below. I bought this Game Boy Color shell, which is really nice. I want to refurbish it because it's a little hard to see, but it is a bit scratched up all over. I know the lighting isn't doing it justice, but this is grimy. It looks scratched up. I wanted to give it a new shell. I will be keeping that old shell and repurposing it, cleaning it up and sanding it down and everything. But as for right now, I want to give it a new clean look. Looks and feels nice, high quality, I gotta say. Very similar to how this feels, which is really cool. And this right here, I don't know the exact name for it. This is a glass lens right here, really cool. It's a bit smaller than the original one here, as you can tell. And there's a reason for that, because I purchased a backlight screen kit here. And this is a Chinese screen, so it's gonna be a bit cheap, about $45 US dollars. And really cool. I saw a YouTube tutorial. I'll do my best to link that in the description so you can check out that YouTube tutorial. Yeah, it comes with the newer screen right here, as well as a pass-through adapter type board, so that way you can connect it to your Game Boy Color and have a backlight screen, which is awesome. This right here, this little pad thing attached to the board, you can put it at the top where the IR blaster is, and you can actually tap on it with your finger from the outside and change the brightness levels. I believe up to 5 brightness levels, which is really cool. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy open. So with this kit, came with 2 screwdrivers. One is a Phillips head and the other one is tri-wing. So now we're gonna go ahead and take off the battery cover, take out the batteries, set them to the side. I recommend using a storage type thing like this to put your screws in so you don't lose them. So first we're going to be using our tri-wing screwdriver, which we have 2 on the inside of your battery cover underneath your batteries, and then 4 on the outside, total 6 in order to get on the inside of your Game Boy Color. Just be careful, you don't want to strip these screws, but then again they did come with spares just in case. But I like to be a bit authentic and just keep the original screws if possible. So just be careful. Okay, so I sped that up, of course, but if you run into this problem like I have just now, where these screws are just not coming out when you try to press them through, try to put your thumb or finger here, or even grab like a piece of plastic like this and just hold it down while you unscrew it, and then it'll be completely free from the back of the shell. I guess it's been like that because this has never been opened before, but that's if and only if you want to reuse the screws like I do. Now we're going to take a look at the back here. And next up we have one screw here, second one here, and I believe the third one is right behind the battery compartment. And and that should be it. So it should be those 3 screws, and you should be able to lift it off with no problem. Just be careful with the ribbon cable up here, and you don't want to yank that out. So you can lift it up with your fingernails, and so it's loose, so it can come out easily. Alright, so once that's free, just be sure to take out stuff like this, which is the power switch, and then carefully lift it up. I would say just grab it by here, and it should lift up with no problems. Like I said, just be careful with the ribbon cable back here. And there we go, completely free. So I recommend at this point, before putting it back together into the new shell, make sure you clean it up. I recommend getting 90% or 91% isopropyl alcohol, as it will dry up pretty quickly, and then using Q-tips or swabs. And see how nasty that looks right there? Definitely has to be cleaned up, so I recommend doing all this first before continuing further with the mod. Alright, that's looking a lot better. You can also clean out some of the speaker, as well as the back part. Like, that's pretty nasty right there. So just gonna finish giving this an overall clean, and then we'll get started with the mod itself. Okay, so now that that has been cleaned, I noticed that this kit does not come with any rubber pads, so I'm also going to need to give these a good clean too, as they are pretty nasty. Okay, so those are good. And now we're going to get to this part. Just be careful with it. Alright, so this is the way you're going to put it in here. Just make sure the contacts are facing up. Now that that part is locked down, you're going to hold it exactly like this. Now with this one, all you're going to do is just bend it backwards just a bit. And make sure you have this lifted up here. It's a little flap, just make sure you don't break that. If you break that, you're going to have to get another one. So make sure this is folded back just like so, contacts down. Just like so, you should be good. You can fold it over just like that. I recommend keeping this exactly the way it is for now, because next part is putting it in here. And as you can see, it's gonna need some spacers. Okay, so with a lot of trial and error, I recommend, if you have some clear tape, just go ahead and actually align it perfectly, making sure it's aligned on this side. And I recommend keeping the film on top of it on for now until you are completely done, as you will be placing this face down several times. I had to disconnect this part in order to be able to work with this separately, and now all I'm going to do is just reconnect it. Alright, at this point, just be careful and put everything back together. Okay, I managed to get it off. You're gonna bend it up a little bit, but just try not to ruin that or yank it out. Now you have the choice, which is the easiest way to do it, to put on your IR blaster cover or to put it underneath your shell here. I was thinking about putting it underneath there, but I don't have any tweezers or anything, so I'm just gonna go the easy route and just put it where the IR blaster is, because I doubt I'll ever use it. Okay, so once that's firmly on there, all you need to do is just put that in. Alright, so it should fit in there flush. The wire should be out of the way, which is good. And if you did this correctly, you should be able to put it back together, and it should work. So before I actually screw this back together, I am going to test it, which I highly recommend doing before completely putting it back together, just in case if you mess this up somehow. I could have messed this up somehow, so you never know. Now the moment of truth. Wow, that looks beautiful. Let's see. Yep. And you can actually turn off the screen completely and still see it, which is awesome. This is the brightest setting if you want it that bright, or you can leave it on the lower brightest setting. That is just beautiful. Okay, so everything's back together. Now I can go ahead and pop in that right there, including Pokemon Crystal. I'm not gonna lie, that looks really cool. And I'm probably just gonna set this sticker to the side. I will keep it, but I'm not gonna use it right now. That just looks too cool. So now for the reveal. I gotta say, guys, this looks gorgeous, like beautiful, like holy crap. I gotta say, this is stunning, and I I thought I would never actually use that word for something like this, but wow, this is beautiful. And I ended up using some of the new screws mixed in with the old screws because I lost some in the process of doing this, but that's why they send you some new screws. So let's just power this on. Alright, so this kind of sucks. I had to do this a little off camera, but unfortunately, because the screen comes with that adapter right behind it, if you tighten this up too much, the power switch doesn't go up and down so easily. So just make sure to tighten it just enough, not too much, but just enough so that it'll keep the casing closed, but that you'll be able to still turn on and off the system with no problem. It's not the end of the world. Make sure the volume is all the way up. Playing Pokemon Crystal. Let's go. Wow. This feels great. Nice. This is definitely worth it. I will leave a link in the description below for everything that I mentioned, if I can remember to while I edit this. But guys, thank you so much for watching. If you love this video, give it a thumbs up. If you hate it, thumbs it down. If you don't like this video and you do thumbs it down, please tell me in the comments why and what I could do differently to make better content for you guys. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching once again. Have an awesome day or night wherever you guys are in the world.